What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell by subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? As well as you guys can see in the ticker, the Cash App is $ BJ Matthews. Again, $ BJ Matthews. You know what I'm saying? We are up for another show on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. You know what I mean? Let's get it going. We got a hot topic for y'all right now. We want to thank you for also. I want to give y'all a little bit of announcement. We have just became a YouTube partner. Thank you guys for allowing us to be part of the YouTube family. We could have not done with all the subscribers, all the support that you guys given us. We are now partnered with YouTube. We have some stuff coming as far as memberships, super chats, super stickers that you guys can purchase as well to continue to support the show. We also continue to have our shirts, white, black, and red. It's going to be a lot easier for people to, you know what I'm saying, show their love to the podcast with the stuff that we got going on right now. But we ask that y'all continue to support, continue to spread the love, continue to make this the biggest podcast, basketball podcast out there. Hit that like button, get the notifications out. So let's get it going. All right. So we got a good topic for y'all right now. We got had an interview that dropped a couple of days ago. I think, was it a couple of days ago or probably yesterday? It dropped over on YouTube, All the Smoke Podcast. With Rachel Nichols, Matt Barnes, and Steven Jackson. Okay. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson are right now podcasts of probably the biggest basketball podcast out there called All the Smoke, where they bring different basketball players into their studio and talk about basketball, life, their career, advice, things of that nature. Just a way to, you know, give a platform for players, coaches, trainers, anybody in the basketball vicinity, right? Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes on the right, the two gentlemen, both played for the NBA for double-digit years. They played up in the 2000s, a little bit in the 2010s as well. Steven Jackson's on the far right. Matt Barnes is on the far left, right beside him. So they've given this platform away for players to kind of, you know what I'm saying, really open their sights as far as getting what they need to get out. As far as basketball, giving the audience a different way or perspective of looking at the game and just looking at things from a player's standpoint, I think it's great because y'all know I play basketball, so I think this is a great platform they have. And the lady on the right is Miss Rachel Nichols, who is a former colleague of these two, right, of Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, where really Rachel Nichols was part of the NBA family for, I believe, 25 years. You know what I'm saying? She's hosted shows like The Jump, right? She used to host The Jump back in the, a few years ago, where that was really her show. She was the main moderator. She was the person in charge. She was the main face of the show. She had other colleagues as well, such as Scottie Pippen, Trace McGrady, Paul Pierce, all former Hall of Famers, all former NBA greats. She hosted this show that you can see her right there, where she had basketball all the time. And I used to love this show, to be quite honest with you. I used to love watching this show, NBA The Jump. She also had a show called NBA Countdown with these two right here, Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins. Okay, this is all very recent. This is like probably 2-3 years ago. She just stopped working for ESPN last year, right? 57 KP News. What's good, BJ? What's good? What's up, man? Let's go. Let's go. You already know the deal. Hit that like button, my brother. But Rachel Nichols has been around the game for a number of years. She also has covered football. She's covered baseball. She's covered other sports. She's been around ESPN, giving her life to this job. She's from Washington, D.C. I believe she has a husband and kids. I've been watching her, listening to her for a number of years, and when she decided to depart from ESPN, I was a little bit, wondering why, because she's one of the biggest faces as far as females on TV, probably the biggest when it came to basketball, because you had people like, Molly Karam, you had Maria Taylor, you have Candace Parker now, she's a moderator / player, Ramona Shelburne, Doris Burke, people like that. Rachel Nichols was in that same vicinity. She spent a lot of time around basketball her, last 2 decades. So when she left ESPN, it was kind of like a big deal. But she spoke about why she left ESPN and why she could no longer be a part of the company. So I'm gonna give y'all a little 1 minute, 2 minute clip that she said on this show with All the Smoke, where she spoke about why she decided to leave the show. I listened to the whole interview; it's 26 minutes, but we're gonna play a little small clip. So I want y'all to hear it. Make sure y'all continue to hit that like button. So here we go.
For 25 years, I have gotten to do what I love for a job, which is also kind of crazy in and of itself. And to have this next step, be with Showtime Sports, to get to work with crazy, cool, talented people I admire and respect, both in front of and behind the camera. I'm so excited to join you guys.
Can you take a few minutes? Let's get straight to it to tell us about your departure from ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, look, it all started really good a few years ago. We can go back to 2019, 3 years ago. ESPN gave me a new contract.
So she just spoke. She spoke it on her start with ESPN 3 years ago, where things were good back in 2019. So I just wanted to, point that out.
I already been there with the jump, and in the contract was that I was going to host the NBA Finals. And you guys have known me for years.
Yes,
I have covered the sport for decades. The idea that I was going to host the NBA Finals, that
everything
was
to you.
My dream job.
That was going to be your first time doing it?
It was going to be my first time doing it. It meant the world. I mean, I called every executive involved personally to thank them. I mean, I was so excited. They put everything in writing in the contract. They put out a big press release about it. One of the things I asked for in the contract was that any pregame show I did would be a continuation of our daily show, The Jump, because it was something we started together. I was so proud of. And I just also didn't want any confusion. There's a lot of politics at ESPN, and I knew that the NBA Countdown job was still open, and I didn't want anyone to think that I was trying to horn in on NBA Countdown. I wasn't. I wanted to stay with the jump. It was important to me. So I thought making that distinction would really help things. And Maria Taylor ended up getting the NBA Countdown job. I really wanted to make an effort to welcome her, to open my door to her. I sent her flowers when she got the job because I was really, really happy for her.
So just a quick little thing before I continue. So just to kind of, keep things in perspective. So she's talking about her time with ESPN where she was promised the job for the ESPN NBA Finals gig. Now, people who know about the NBA Finals, it's, that's the biggest stage when it comes to basketball, professional basketball. That's the final round between two teams, and they get a chance to see who gets the trophy at the end of the day. So she was particular about having that position, right? So ESPN promised her that gig after she's been with them for a number of years, and she spoke about how they put in the contract, they put a press release, all that good stuff. So she felt like it was locked and sealed. So we're getting ready to hear the next part, the last part, where she spoke about what they decided to do to try to give her position to somebody else. So I just wanted to, make sure y'all understand that.
What changed on how you felt in the workplace?
Well, things got complicated later that season. Y'all know it was 2020, right?
Yeah,
so
the world was
we had a pandemic.
Crazy spot.
There was the tragic murder of your friend, George Floyd. A lot of difficult conversations with this country looking itself in the face, seeing what had to change and be different. And the New York Times did an expose in July of 2020 on racism at ESPN and the lack of opportunities for people of color. And the executives at ESPN said what I think people would expect, all the right things about we'd like to give more people more opportunities. We're continuing to grow, all of those things. And around the same time, I got a phone call asking me, would I step aside for Maria to host the NBA Finals and have me go back to being a sideline reporter? And they stressed it was my choice. They weren't telling me to do this because it was in my contract, but they were putting a lot of pressure on me. I was being told, well, you're not a team player, which any woman in business knows is code, right? Women are supposed to be kumbaya and team players and helpful, and men are aggressive sharks and all of that. And I just felt like, hey, I worked so long, decades for this job. I have done everything that was asked. We put on some great shows leading up to the playoffs, and I wanted a chance to do it. And At this time, I was also getting ready to leave for the bubble and went down there, and it was a different set of equipment than I had been using to broadcast at home.
So, okay, so this is pretty much, I'm going to stop it here. So she was speaking on basically ESPN asked her, would she be willing to let go of her position for another person named Maria Taylor, who is another, colleague for ESPN, who also covers basketball, covers, football, who covers different sports. She used to, play basketball, I think in college, if I'm not mistaken. So in the wake of, 2020, we all know what happened. That's when the bubble was going on. That's when the pandemic was going on. That's when George Floyd got murdered. So she was really we were at the time where really ESPN was trying to promote that equality was, amongst all races, right? Y'all keep hitting that like button, y'all. Y'all keep hitting that like button. They spoke about how, she was not a team player. They told her she wanted to pretty much continue to keep her position where she had in the contract where she was going to cover the NBA Finals, but they tried to pursue her to possibly give it to somebody else. Now I'm going to let y'all hear another snippet of what she actually said, because they said they got her on video of how she felt when she talked about giving her job up, when ESPN giving her job up, about basically to Maria Taylor, because they caught her, in her hotel room. I don't know who was the person that did it, but y'all can, hear what Mrs. Rachel Nichols had to say about this. So here we go.
What do you do towards the sideline reporter job for the NBA Finals? Because guess what that would clear the way for? For Maria to do the hosting for. Yeah. So I have declined.
So she said, basically, I know it's kind of a little bit tough to hear, but she basically said that ESPN offered her the job as being a sideline reporter, which she declined because she felt as disrespected, because for her to get the job for her to give up her job at the last minute after she was promised she was not going to continuously work for ESPN, because she felt like there was a job that she was promised that was recanted.
I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And I'm trying to figure out how to just, my thing is I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. Don't have to find it with me.
Classic Rachel Nichols.
So basically, that was a short clip of what Rachel Nichols said about what she felt like about when she said about they're offering Maria Taylor her position. So just a couple points, and I'm gonna go and move on to the next thing. Y'all can see in the Rachel Nichols' voice that she was very disappointed. She felt as if this was a position that she was promised after she said, yes, she's been there for 25 years at ESPN. And she felt as if somebody to work this long to get her job removed and recanted, she felt as if it was a disrespect. Y'all got to remember something. Rachel Nichols is, I think, well in her 40s or maybe even early 50s. This is Maria Taylor. This is the woman that she got her job recanted for. Maria Taylor, I believe, is in her early 30s. I think 30, I don't want to give an actual number. I think she's in her early 30s. Rachel Nichols, she's been around for quite some time. She's about, I think, probably in her early 50s. So this woman is old enough to be this woman's mother. So you got to understand, she looking at I've been here all this time. I've given my blessed sweat and tears to this organization, to this company. And for you guys just to take my position away like that, it's kind of just it's a slap in the face. Damn, you really took away, what I felt like was mine. Now, Maria Taylor, she spoke about what she felt about Rachel Nichols' comments, and she wasn't very pleased She actually said basically that, for her to think it was a racial thing, because I said Rachel Nichols in that leaked tape, she said it was more so about race, them ESPN trying to give it to another person of color to try to prove that they're not racist. And she felt like that was, the wrong move to do because it was taken away from her position. But Maria Taylor spoke about her side and how she felt about Rachel Nichols' comments, what she had to say.
Hey, Black woman, I just wanted you to know that you're pretty dope. Like, I don't care what society tells you. They might tell you that your skin's not pretty enough, that there's not enough shades to match your makeup, that although all women make 82 cents to the dollar on white men, you make 62 cents. They may tell you that you don't deserve that promotion, even though you know you do. They may tell you that when you get the promotion that you only got it because you were Black. But we know that's not true. I just want you to know that I believe in you. So resist the urge to fall in line and don't be humble, girl, brag, because you are so fine. You're the only one that can do what you do on a daily basis and never say boo-hoo to anyone, because you are the one, the Black woman that's stronger than everyone.
So that was a quick little snippet of what Maria Taylor said about the incident, and you guys can see she was not very fond of Rachel Nichols' comments in that tape, that she felt like she got the job only because she was African American. She took offense to that. And to be quite honest with you, I don't totally blame her for feeling frustrated as well. Like, you guys are gonna see what I say about this whole situation, but I'm speaking of Maria Taylor. She felt as if, you know what, I've worked hard too to get to this position. Like, how dare you say that I'm not qualified enough for this because I'm a token Black woman on why I got the position. Like, how dare you say that? So I can see why she didn't really want to hear what Rachel Nichols had to say. But this is where I think like the moment of truth. This is where the middleman or middlemen come in, where they actually try to give Rachel Nichols' character when they talk about what her character was about. And this is why she was on the show with these two. So let's hear what Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes had to say about Rachel Nichols as a person and her comments, and was her comments racial and things of that nature. So here we go.
25 years for a job, and they want to.
That's her thing. And I thought that when this became public, I should also apologize on air. And I did that.
Imagine yourself working somewhere 25 years for a job, and they want to use you as a scapegoat to fix something that they've been fucking up for years. It don't work like that. And that's not fair to nobody of no race. And that's how I took it. You know what I mean? And it just wasn't right. And that's why I didn't mind jumping out there and standing up for you, because I love you and I know you. And like we said earlier, we wouldn't be here without you. But people just got to put themselves in somebody else's shoes sometime before you just jump out there and judge and just and make it racial. You know what I'm saying? If I would be upset the same goddamn way if I've been working my life for a job for 20 years, and just because you've been messing something up your whole last 20 years, you want to use my situation to make it look better and make me take a step back on the job that I've been working for. It don't work like that. And that wasn't fair. So I understood it. And that's why I stood up for you.
Well, it was especially too in a time where there was so much racial tension.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we knew what was in the air at the time. So that's why I kind of felt like, and that's what media, I had to learn the hard way on the Ime Udoka thing. I jumped out there without knowing everything and tried to be like, if this is what I think it is from what everyone else is hearing, this is not all that bad. And then I kind of hear and I'm just like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? But it's the media will take stuff, and we know we're all a part of the media. The media will take stuff and take what they need and run with it.
Okay, so those are two of her colleagues, Matt Barnes, former colleagues Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, speaking their piece about Rachel Nichols and saying, like, basically Steven Jackson went hard. You guys heard Steven Jackson say, like, he felt like it was unfair for any person to be working that amount of time and to get their position revoked. He said it verbatim. He said in his exact words, he'd be accepted the same goddamn way. Right? That's what he said. Right? And that's a fair point. Like, if you working in any field, any profession, and you've been doing it for so long, and you get your position revoked, and you choose to, and they give it to somebody else after you've been salivating over this opportunity, don't sit up here and tell me you're not going to feel some type of way, because you are. And basically, going back to Maria Taylor, I understand her position. She said, like, well, I've been working hard just as, like, Rachel Nichols has. So I get both sides. But let me just say this about ESPN. ESPN's a flat out circus, man. If you guys haven't noticed, a lot of the people that was for ESPN for, the main key players, they switched over to Fox Sports. Let's start with Skip Bayless, who was part of ESPN and now is with Fox Sports with Shannon Sharpe on his show Undisputed. Right? ESPN, they don't have these two. They lost Skip Bayless and they never was able to get Shannon Sharpe. I think Shannon Sharpe actually was on ESPN with Jason Whitlock's show, Speak for Yourself, but then he switched over to Fox. Look at Chris Broussard, another one, went to Fox Sports. Right? He's with Fox Sports with my mentor Rob Parker on a show called The Odd Couple, and I have actual behind the scenes conversations with Rob Parker, him exposing ESPN, of ESPN being an organization, being a company, a network who don't do things the right way, and is not uptight about their business. Right? They fired Rob Parker over comments that he put on air, I think back in 2013 about RG3, and he went over to Fox Sports and haven't left. He hasn't came back since. Colin Cowherd, another one, was on ESPN, has his own show on Fox Sports called The Herd. Right? This is the main show on ESPN, First Take, and to be quite honest with you, First Take has taken a hit ever since Skip Bayless has left the show, and Max Kellerman, who I love actually as well, left the show. They got this guy, Michael Irvin, who to me, I'm flat out convinced he's just a character. And they have that dude, that idiot Mad Dog Russo, who don't know a thing about basketball, who just comes on the show and makes every crazy take you can imagine every Wednesday, to the point where it's like nails to a chalkboard. Right? They got people on here who I just think is just looking for attention. Stephen A. Smith, I mean, he's solidified. We're not talking about Stephen A. Smith. Regardless if you like him or not, he's solidified. Molly Karam, I'm sorry, as a moderator, I think she does a bad job moderating. Right? Most of the shows I listen to are on Fox Sports, Undisputed, The Herd, Speak for Yourself with Marcellus Wiley, Emmanuel Acho, and they just got Joy Taylor. All my best shows are on Fox Sports. So for Rachel Nichols to come out and talk about ESPN like this, I don't even think it's a lie. I think she says, like, basically, look, you guys have a bad reputation with racial equality and gender equality as women, and you want to try to use me to try to clean this up by giving my position to somebody else. I'm not taking it. So what she decided to do was decline respectfully that she's not going to be a sideline reporter. She's going to, she said that she doesn't know what ESPN is going to do next. But I guess since she declined that position, she did get released from the studio or get released from her job. So my thing is basically, I'll say this and I'll let people in. Y'all keep hitting that like button. Oh, yeah, Part Interruption is pretty cool too. But you see what I'm saying? Most of the best shows are on ESPN First Take, or are on Fox Sports. Most of the shows that have went down, like The Jump with Malika Andrews, who I just think she's terrible at her takes, and I just think she's been really exposed for, bashing men. And I'll be doing a show on her soon again about Maria Taylor. Malika Andrews, about her. I just feel like she's a person that's just angry at men, and she just goes on shows bashing men. She's a hypocrite, speaking on, people should not date in the workplace, but it's been reported that she's been allegedly dating Dave McMenamin, who's a colleague of hers. She just comes off as a person who doesn't keep it logical. She keeps it about her emotions. But back to this. Having Malika Andrews has actually made me miss Rachel Nichols, because make no mistake about it, she has been around and she did put in work. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're a man, woman. If you put in actual, real quality work, all that stuff, I'm looking at your resume. She's been around for over 20 years. She's covered every sport, every big major sport. She's gotten respect from many NBA players in the NBA, where people have her most honest respect. So it's not like she's somebody that just isn't respected throughout the league. It's not like she hasn't, built relationships with NBA players. I mean, she's genuinely liked, and you can hear in the voices of Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes that they really do love being around her. It's nothing forced. She actually gave Steven Jackson his first break and Matt Barnes on her show ESPN The Jump. So, with that being said, I would say this: does Maria Taylor have a right to be upset over the comments? Yeah, you can say that, because she's looking at it like you're telling me I didn't work hard just like you. So I don't think she has a problem. I don't have a problem with Maria Taylor being upset. But I will say this: Rachel Nichols, if what happened, she's saying happened, they took her job out of her contract, and she no longer was able to work her dream job at 48 years old, and she loses to somebody who's 35, I would be upset too. Yes, I would. And don't tell me that you wouldn't be upset as a person who has worked that amount of time and put that much effort and has built relationships and has lost their job to somebody else without any real reason. Like, I know people will probably like shoot up the whole studio over something like that. Right. It's ESPN's fault for trying to break her contract. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I say ESPN is a circus. I don't have respect for ESPN at one point like I used to. And saying she's not a team player, I don't understand how she's not a team player when everybody in ESPN, as far as basketball, who basketball wise, love being around her, and she loves, helping other people out. If y'all go and listen to that interview, Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes talk about how, she used to, help them with, the camera and their speech. And if they need any help, you can give her a call. Like, that doesn't sound like a person who's not a team player. That sounds like a person who's trying to, see everybody win. So again, it's just they had a lot of stuff going on with that whole bubble situation, the pandemic, the George Floyd, the color line, the racial lines. So I guess ESPN was trying to prove a big point. Like, they tried to have the Black Lives Matter thing all on the court, which in reality doesn't really do anything. So they were trying to somewhat prove that they were, I guess, hip to the Black movement, right? But I'm gonna let y'all in, and I want y'all to kind of give me y'all point of view. Y'all hit that like button, get people in here, and we can continue this conversation. But I saw Rachel Nichols on this. I don't think she has a reason. I think she has a good reason to be upset. I just think that people run who say it's a racial thing or she's being sensitive. Like, look, man, if I worked my ass off for 25 years and you give somebody else a position I've earned to a person who's that much younger, who has not put in as much work as I have, yeah, I'm gonna be upset too. I'm gonna feel some type of way too. So here's the link, and if people want to come in, I'll go ahead and let people in the live. Go through some of these comments as well. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. Good people as you enter. She's still not holding herself accountable for what she said. She just mad she got cut. I get that, East Oakland. I think, look, this is my thing. okay. I'm more looking at what happened more than what she said. I mean, to me, it's no reason to hide what she said. If I'm her, I'm like, look, it is what it is. That's my position. That was promised to me. You giving it to somebody else after you put it in my contract. That's something that you shouldn't even really hide. But maybe she is upset that she got caught. But I wouldn't be trying to hide that at all. Good, Bruce.
Hey man, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, so the main culprit is ESPN. I think ESPN caused the rift between Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. ESPN is the main culprit, but Rachel Nichols should have been smart. So one of the things that I've learned in life, even if I trust people, I watch my words around people. There are certain things I will never do in public. What I truly feel about something, I know it could be controversial. I don't say it in public because these days there's a microphone somewhere all the time. There's a recording somewhere all the time. And Rachel Nichols, like East Oakland is saying, I don't think she recognized that what she did was not cool. She should not have said that Maria Taylor should. That's not a position. She's saying that the way she was saying it is like, Maria Taylor already has all those jobs. I only have basketball. Can I have that? She can stick to those things. Why she wants my lane? She should stay in her own lane. Now, do I think Rachel Nichols is a better host than Maria Taylor? Yes. I think Maria Taylor suck as an NBA countdown host.
Really?
Yes.
I thought she was okay.
I think Malika Andrews suck with that NBA Today show. I think NBA Today is like a ghetto version of The Jump. They took the Jump and they're trying to make it. They took NBA Today and they're trying to make it like it's not The Jump, but it's like The Jump, but a ghetto version. And she suck. I think both of women are talented, but they are better at certain things than being hosts of what they were hosting. So, but I think Rachel Nichols, she shouldn't have. She just did the interview right now. I mean, she shouldn't have said all that. Just move on. Just say, I'm sorry what happened in whatever. And there are certain things that are not true and whatever. But playing the tapes, trying to do whatever. I think she's burning bridges with ESPN. Okay, I guess that's the way she wants it. Maybe she's never going back to ESPN. But all that revisiting what happened, whatever, that's too much, man. You already know what's in your conscience. You already said that, okay, it was misunderstood and I wasn't doing whatever. And just move on. Just enjoy your new job and whatever. Why are you looking in the back?
I think what it was that Steven Jackson asked her the question, explain, can you kind of clear up what happened? I think since, she's been away for a year, like nobody's heard from her for a year. She's been quiet. I think that's why Steven Jackson said, can you kind of clear things up? So when she said, like, this is what I said in verbatim, she read it out. That's when I played the tape to kind of go and, match what she said. Now, I don't have an issue with her saying whatever because I think she is done with ESPN. She's not going back. She's already with Showtime. ESPN's, like I said, is a circus over there. I wouldn't want to work for ESPN. I would rather work for Fox or something. So I don't think she wants to go back. But as far as what happened in the room, the bedroom, because that's where she was recorded in a secret conversation, the words she said was basically ESPN is trying to cover up what their relationship with not only racism but also gender. sexism. Is that what she said, right?
Yes, but okay. Yes, she said that.
Okay, so that's what she said. That's the first part, and then she spoke on Maria Taylor saying like they're trying to cover up that with this, and that's where she slipped up and said, okay, well, having Maria Taylor on is like basically you're trying to cover this up. So she said it out of frustration. She said she was wrong for what she said. Like, we got to also keep that in mind. She said she was wrong. She said that she learned from that, and her words that she spoke was something that she shouldn't have done. So she did do that, and she did come out and apologize. Maria Taylor didn't want to hear it. She reached out to the people for Maria Taylor. Maria Taylor didn't want to talk to her. I get that point because she felt like, look, I've worked hard. I worked hard too.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. I'll finish after you.
The way that Rachel Nichols was saying it was Rachel Nichols does not deserve the job. She doesn't work as long as me. I'm better than Maria Taylor. And out there, Maria Taylor. She put, like, the way she was saying it is like Maria Taylor is in the same basket at ESPN. They're trying to take away something that's owed to her from her. And right. That's what I think, that's what Maria Taylor understood. That's why she said it. And these days, like, I don't go everything against, black men, whatever, all the time. But she already, like, okay, black women are already at a disadvantage. And then when they get something, they think that they will work hard for it. And I've seen Maria Taylor work hard Saturdays, on Sundays, whatever. She thinks she deserve it. And the way you saying it, like she didn't work hard enough because you work more longer, that's not fair. So if I was Maria Taylor, I would take it that way too. I would not want to talk to you. I would not want to talk to you.
I get that point, but I said, like, that's why I said Maria Taylor, I don't fault her for being upset, but I also understand Rachel Nichols' point. It's like, you had this in my contract. You had it sealed and delivered. So you really did take it from me. And I have been working for this position. You know that, and you took it from me. So yeah, I feel some type of way too if I was Rachel Nichols. That's why I really wouldn't hide it. If I feel like I'm the better candidate and I feel like I've been doing this for X amount of years, giving you my commitment, and you take it from me, yeah, I'm gonna have a moment of frustration. I'm not gonna be kumbaya and just be saying, okay, well, it's all good. I'm just not gonna say no. Like, you took something that was in my contract. Actually, that's illegal for you to do what you did. So I get both sides. I think it's not a racial thing. You just heard Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes come up and say, like, they support her. I don't understand how somebody can have such a, not be a team player or this, that, and the other when she's been having great relationships with people all around the league. You really can't find nobody has nothing bad to say about it.
I don't know why they want to go back to the one. It was like a rehearsed interview. She already knows Steven Jackson was going to ask the question. She already came with the tapes, the receipts. So they already know it was a rehearse. There was a rehearsal before. And Steven Jackson is already bitter because ESPN fired him. So I hope Matt Barnes know that he may get fired too from ESPN. But anyway, I'm glad that Rachel Nichols is back. Missed her voice. I think she shouldn't have been fired. In my opinion.
Hearing Malika Andrews make me miss Rachel Nichols. Malika Andrews is terrible.
In my opinion, the reason why I'm not saying that Malika Andrews cannot host. I'm saying that she can host her show. To me, this seems like NBA Today is like The Jump with another name. They're forcing it. It's forced. It's enforced to me.
Right. No, I definitely agree. Y'all keep hitting that like button. Anybody else want to come in here? Y'all can hit the like button. Bruce, what you think of? I know you had some comments about the Warriors. What you think is going on with the Warriors right now, Wiseman?
I see a lot of potential on Wiseman. But they were playing a team that was not the level. Wiseman was dominating. Maccabi didn't have another player to guard him. And I think the NBA should be watch out for the Warriors. I think Wiseman has more offensive move weapons than, from what I saw on that one game, than Looney. So he's young, so we'll see. I mean, I think with the Warriors, I don't think Curry is gonna shoot a lot. He's gonna pass the ball inside. They're probably gonna play inside more now. With Wiseman on the floor, they're gonna try to give him the ball a lot.
I look at Wiseman more of a finesse center. I don't think of him as a power player. When he gets up against those real big, powerful centers, we'll see how he reacts. But I think he's more of a finesse guy. He does have athleticism, so that's going to help. But
there's no powerful centers.
There's a few.
Who?
Zubac's a powerful center. Steven Adams is a powerful center. Who else is a center?
Oh, you're talking about strength. I thought you mean powerful, like dominating.
Nah, I mean you can say Giannis is, but he's not a center. Zion could be, but he's not a center. He plays powerful around the rim. But yeah, physical. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, man. Tune in sports. Jared Allen is not powerful, man. Come on, stop it.
But I watched the Clippers last night, and I know it was a real Israeli team. I know it's an Israeli team, but I'm looking at just how their team is, man. Like they don't have no weaknesses on that team.
I got confused. It was the Wizards, the Warriors playing. What am I talking about? Okay, yes, Clippers were playing the Israeli team. Yes, yeah.
Man, dude, Moses Brown, man. He might take Zubac's minutes. I'm not even lying. I like that dude.
There was no real center for Israeli team.
No, I'm just looking at his game. He's played on other teams. Like with OKC, he had I remember when he was playing OKC, he had a game. He had I think 3-4 straight rebounds in the possession. Like he's got size, he got athleticism, he got length. I'm telling you, Moses Brown, he's gonna be big for the Clippers.
I mean, he moves his feet better than Zubac. I think if they play in the Mavericks with Luka, he'll be better with a pick and roll against Luka.
I agree. They're gonna need I was thinking they need to sign DeMarcus Cousins, but I don't think they need to sign him no more. I think they're good with this guy, Moses Brown.
I mean, Clippers have no excuse, man. They should win that thing because even though all those players didn't play and they look deep, maybe it's because of preseason and there are players they're gonna cut. But I mean, all those players can shoot threes. I forgot his name. He played for Portland last year. Now he's in the
Robert Covington.
Yeah.
Dog, he's another Nicholas Batum, but younger. I like him a lot too.
Yeah, so I know you were excited because you were watching that game.
Yeah, so I think we'll see. I mean, Kawhi's supposed to come back on Monday, so that's why I'm happy for it. Oh, look at this. He said MVP this year will be Luka. I got Luka as MVP too.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No, I got him winning MVP.
Man, come on.
He said Moses Brown was on the Cavs last year. He had problems always jumping on fouls, but he's got good size. Yeah, I like it. I like Moses Brown a lot.
Mm. It's only preseason. The only guy I recognize was Norris Cole.
Norris Cole.
Yeah, in the Israeli team. I think he won with Miami, right?
He was playing with them?
Yes, he was the point guard in Maccabi. I think that was the team
Yeah,
name.
Maccabi, yeah.
I was like, wow, isn't that the guy from with the high top?
Yeah,
He used
I
to
was
play with
like,
the
what happened
Miami.
to that dude? I was like, I don't know what even happened to him.
Yes, so he's playing in Israel, I guess.
Yeah, man.
So Malika Andrews is in trouble. She knows it. I see her in her face.
What you mean she's in trouble?
I mean, I think the ratings of NBA today is gonna go down. They might
Man,
replace her. They might replace her with Chiney Agunike.
I think she's better anyway.
I think the brothers already like him because of her physique. I guess
She has a better voice and she's more approachable. Not even she's more delightful to be around.
I
And
think
you can
she's
still
more natural. She's more natural.
exactly. Exactly. And she plays basketball for the Sparks. So
Yeah, I mean, she feels like someone I can hang out with.
exactly.
She would
Yeah.
not be. What do you guys here use in the state? Stock up.
She's not stuck up, exactly. Malika Andrews, to me, I think she shot her own self in her own foot because I think at first, when she came in, she was humble. She was, pleasant to be around, but then she got comfortable. She got dating to that guy, David Mannerman, and then she started really showing her true colors. So and her takes are terrible. This is the same woman who said that she would put Allen Iverson in her top 10. And Allen Iverson is one of my favorite players of all time, but come on.
She's young. She didn't really see Allen Iverson. There's a lot of people they keep saying names. They don't really truly believe that. So
Yeah, man. Tune in sports that I think they're gonna keep Malika for now for agenda. She's a pretty face, so
no,
they probably will. But as far as her,
the rating's gonna go down.
I could tell you they're already down.
They're killing her. They're killing her. They already know, and that's why you hear other journalists talking. Respect sports. We respect female journalists. Taylor Rooks.
I love Taylor Rooks too. I love Taylor Rooks.
She's a better host. She would have been better at NBA Today.
Yeah, I love Taylor Rooks, bro. I like and she's a moderator, but I like Joy Taylor. I think Joy Taylor is the perfect moderator, and I think she does have a little bit of awareness when it comes to sports.
She is, but she kind of diva too. So
I don't
okay,
know.
she's not gonna accept BS. That's what I like about her.
Yeah, she's not.
I mean, she's not gonna disrespect you. Like I'm not a fan of Perkins, but what she did to Perkins on the I don't complain about hosts. That's the first time I said something about hosts ever in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Salute to my
I'm
man.
not wishing for her to lose her job, but she's terrible at NBA Today host. Terrible.
Yeah, but she disrespects people. Like she puts it on herself. Like when she disrespected Matt Barnes, she disrespected Stephen A. Smith on his show, Kendrick Perkins, Kobe Bryant. Like she puts it on herself. That's why people don't have much mercy for her. So, yeah, she didn't tell the truth about Kobe either. So what are some of the main reasons people don't like Malik? Yeah, because she had it's not to me, and this is me. I think she has somewhat of a hostility towards men. She has a hostility towards men because she'll say stuff that doesn't even apply to the topic just to kind of just get her point across. It's like you didn't even. Nobody was even talking about that, but you brought up something that was completely left.
Yeah, she needs to keep it to sports, man. Don't try to bring an agenda. It feels like she's bringing an agenda. Keep it to sports. I saw Shine Aguneke host a couple days last week. I mean, the week that just went by, and she's good. She's great
She's good
to me. To me, I mean,
to a lot of us, and I think, like you said, she'd be somebody you can hang out with, like person that she doesn't come off as. You can just be around her. You come to work excited to come to work when she's there. Taylor Rooks gives great interviews. Yep, she does. She gives great interviews. And this is my opinion too. I think she's getting a lot of these interviews, of course, because she's beautiful, but her figure and because she gets like the big one. She had Paul George, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler. Like she just got a big interview after big interview. You know what I mean? So
I mean, that's the way you get respected in the business. So I guess.
said black men specific. I remember the last white man she did. Yeah, I would say so too. I mean, that's not too crazy to think.
I will not be surprised if NBA today is canceled after the season.
You do know they're talking about having a lockout, right?
Or Malika Andrews is replaced. Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, what you think that's gonna happen?
It should happen. It should happen because I don't want to see what James Harden did last year happen again. I don't want to see what Ben Simmons did last year happen again. I think a lot of players take the NBA for granted. Like they don't want to work hard. They just want to get into the NBA. Seems like they're playing basketball, but they're just here for the money, for the lifestyle. They're not here for the game.
Yeah.
So they need a reality check when they don't get a check.
Right.
I mean, a lot of players, a lot of people love the game and they're not in the NBA. A lot of people love the game, they're not in the NBA. But just because you have talent, you are in the NBA. You don't love the game. I see a lot of people, they have talent, they're in the NBA and they don't love the game. And that's why you guys get annoyed when I say my top 10, whatever. I'm not saying the player is sucks or bad. I'm saying I base it on effort. The way that I used to watch basketball. Like even if I suck in basketball, I suck at basketball. I wanted to even try. I wanted to try. Yeah, I played basketball in high school, and the coach saw me play and said, "Tomorrow, go sit down." Okay, so yes. So, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, they made me love basketball because I saw effort. I don't see that. A lot of people are talented. Like Vince Carter disappointed me. I thought he was going to be like one of the greats. I mean, he's one of the greats, but I think he's underachieved.
He did. I think because when you compare it to Kobe, I think he's where he's supposed to be. Because when you get compared to Kobe, and that's your era, sometimes you can just be born in the wrong era. I think he has all the talent, but again, Kobe didn't let any of his peers have nothing. He didn't want nobody to have anything. Same with Jordan. Jordan played against guys who could be easily top players in in another different generation. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Gary Payton, Shaquille O'Neal at the time. Who else? Clyde Drexler. Like these guys could have been stars, the guy in a different generation, but you just have to go up against Jordan.
Yes. And Dominic is underrated. I would have called Vince Carter Dominic of the generation, but Dominic tried, man. He just didn't have players around him.
Yeah. I know Dominic was a problem. Yeah.
So I want the lockout to happen. for this reason, man. For players to not take basketball, NBA for granted.
Yeah, this right here is what I don't like. Kendrick Perkins literally told her that he knows what's going on in the Boston Celtics organization because he's a former player, and she told him we don't know the facts and cut him off from the top. See, and that's why it's so dangerous that she has her own show, because she can do stuff like that. She can easily, dismiss you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, I saw Perkins. He works for the Celtics television, I think CSN or something like that, and he works. He's an insider, so he knows. And she's just like, shut him down, whatever. Man, not all men are against women. I'm certainly not against women because I didn't have brothers. I wasn't raised with brothers. I was raised with women. When my father was not in the house, it was only me, my mother, and my two sisters. I was surrounded by women. So not all men are against women. Just because we say, what about her, doesn't mean that we disrespect a woman. We want equality. Let's be treated equally. Let a man be treated equally as a woman.
Well, that's just it. For a woman to sit up there and get mad at you for doing that, that should tell you where her mind is. She doesn't want equality; she wants superiority. And a lot of them nowadays think like that. If we're going to be honest, a lot of women want superiority, want to be looked at as higher than men, and being equal is just not enough. Like, for somebody to get mad at you just asking, okay, what about her? When it's actually fair, it's logical, it makes sense. That's like what she said. What about her? That's not something that's far-fetched. You should not get up angry at that. But the fact that she did just really goes to show where her mindset is.
I mean, from the information we got, we're giving opinions. If we get more information and the man was at fault, we're gonna chastise the man.
Right.
But for the information that we get, we're just gonna give what we think. We're just gonna say what we think. So
exactly.
I don't see what I'm not a fan of Perkins, but he was correct, and he played for the organization. He's working for Celtics TV, because during the finals I saw him. He was on the pregame show of the Celtics, postgame show. So I didn't see her there.
Right.
So I don't get what she was so mad about.
I don't get the outrage. I don't get the outrage, bro. Honestly, I think if you're that angry as a man saying, "What about her?" or her and her, bro, that should not make you angry at all. But
I would not be surprised if Showtime has a TV show for NBA, because they have Kevin Garnett, they have Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. It seems like I see Paul Pierce on Kevin Garnett show a lot. So I would not be surprised if Showtime gets a NBA show, and they might, you never know, they might show NBA games one day. So and Rachel Nichols is still can get interviews.
No, Rachel Nichols is going to flourish. That's what happens when you have that gift and you have people around you that support you, and like that's what relationships is. You'll get another position. Like, she's well established enough that she got a better position. She got something that she's going to probably be more happy about. So, yeah, man, I'm happy that she got another job that's going to bring her happiness, bring her back. I think ESPN needs they need a sweep, cleaning. That's what they need.
I was surprised when Malachi Ingles was. They told him they declared that Malachi Ingles was the host of fake The Jump. NBA Today is a fake The Jump. Because
Yeah.
I never saw a show like The Jump before on ESPN.
No,
And
never.
Rachel Nichols created The Jump.
Yeah, she did.
You just didn't want to call it The Jump. You call it NBA Today. And I don't know, man. She's not a real, oh well, we'll see. I don't want to keep bashing Malika Andrews because I think she was a great reporter.
Yeah, I think she's okay. I think she's okay.
Her sister, I think that's probably why her sister on ESPN now, because she was covering the Warriors. And all of a sudden, after her sister is nominated, got the job as a host. And then she left the Warriors TV and then she became a reporter on ESPN. So,
Yeah, man.
okay.
Salute, Mrs. Davis. Appreciate you. Still waiting for you to come on. But
that's a good show for Miss Davis to talk because it's two men talking about women thing. So that's awkward to me. That's always awkward to me when two men are talking about women things. We should have a female perspective.
Bro, you know 15% of the audience is women here of the show. 15%.
Yeah, you should have a female perspective here sometimes.
Bro, I'm telling you, I do. I want to have as many women talk as possible. So we shall see. But give a few more minutes. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about Kawhi, his return on Monday. Let's talk a little bit about that. Do you think he's gonna be playing? How many games do you think he's gonna play this year?
I want Kawhi to play at least 70 games so he has a chance to win the MVP.
But do you see
I
that
want
happening?
Kawhi to win at least NBA regular season MVP.
Do you see that happening though?
I think Kawhi is gonna talk more. I think he's opening up more. I think Kawhi, Curry-wise, is better than Jokic, whatever his name is, Jokic. So if Jokic has 2 MVP and Kawhi doesn't have 1, I don't know, man. It's like Nash has 2 MVPs and Kobe has 1. That's weird to me. So, yeah, I want Kawhi to play at least 70 games. But what's more important to me is the NBA championship. But people always look at stats. Like when they have those barbershop talks, they always like, oh, he doesn't even have a regular season MVP. They always say that about Kawhi. He doesn't even have a regular season MVP. And when you say he has a finals MVP, oh, Iguodala won a finals MVP. So that doesn't mean anything.
They just be thinking of stuff to put against Kawhi. Oh, he doesn't have he wasn't the main guy in San Antonio, or he only won that championship in Toronto because LeBron wasn't there or because KD got hurt. Like it's just always something attached to him.
But if LeBron is that great, whatever conference he goes to, he should win. Because they used to say that players were scared of the LeBron. That's why they stayed in the Western Conference. So how come they still on the Western Conference? LeBron is in the Western Conference for a couple of years now. So why they're not running to the Eastern Conference?
Yeah, that's fact. I mean, that's another fallacy. Like, had LeBron stayed with Cleveland, they still wouldn't be in Toronto because they didn't have Kyrie Irving, and the same team that he got demolished by, Kawhi beat, even though KD wasn't playing. That Toronto team was just a better team than what Cleveland had. So
Toronto just needed a closer.
Right.
The years they were losing to LeBron,
yeah,
is because they didn't have a closer. DeMar DeRozan to me is not a closer because they should have beaten the Bucks last season. If Kawhi was in Chicago, they would beat the Bucks.
Oh yeah, easy. I think the problem with Chicago was they didn't have Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
I think their point, because who was their point guard?
I think that guy, he played for North Carolina. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, they didn't really have a point guard, and then Zach LaVine got hurt.
Yeah.
People who don't work hard are always very quick to miss somebody else's hard
I
work.
know young Africa loves Jack Levine, but Zach Levine is not a 2 for me. He's like a 3.
Yeah, he's a 3 for me too. Twos are like Paul George's, Kyrie Irving's, Donovan Mitchell's, Devin Booker's. Those are 2s for me. Zach LaVine's like 3.
Paul George has the talent to be a 1. I think his mentality is defer too much. If you defer too much, you cannot be a 1.
No, facts. He was a 1 for many years in Indiana, and he was giving LeBron all he can handle, so he could be, but it's just his mentality.
Like Westbrook, he has a mentality of a 1, but the skill, I don't know.
A skill of a 3.
You know, yeah. So it's Clippers to win, man. Warriors. I think it's Warriors Clippers. I see people say Lakers. Ticket said Lakers conference finals. I don't see with what team, but okay. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, tickets.
Lakers conference finals, really?
Tickets.
Man, just because I see them playing in practice, well, they're gonna go to the conference finals. I don't see how this Lakers team gonna beat Clippers, Warriors.
Shit, they might not have trouble with the Mavs. Might have trouble with the Pelicans. You never know. Like I said, the Pelicans, they're gonna be my dark horse this year. And yeah, man, like Lakers, come on, man.
Pelicans, it's all gonna be depend on CJ. I don't think it's Zion. It's CJ. Because CJ disappears too much.
Yeah. I like the reason why I like them so much is because their coach. I think Willie Green's gonna. Yeah.
Willie Green is already a better coach to me than Monty Williams. To me.
Yeah, you can say that. I think he gets the best out of his guys. I think because the fact that Monty leaves everything to Chris Paul is why I think he loses some points. I think Willie Green can really bring something out of his players. He said Warriors are repeating call it now. I got the Clippers.
It's very possible.
Yeah, it's possible. That's going to depend on Klay Thompson.
Warriors have a bench, man. Warriors have a bench.
Bro,
Warriors has a bench.
I think Luke Kennard I think Luke Kennard was a top 3 shooter in the league.
But he cannot defend. That's my issue with Kennard.
That's fine. The Clippers got too many defenders.
Yeah, well, they're always hunting Kennard. When he's on the floor, they're always hunting for him.
Yeah, so but I think that's why I say they don't really have no weaknesses. They can do literally everything.
From the game, what I saw from oh my god, I don't remember players' names. That's funny. Terrace Man. He was shooting a 3. Like he just pulled up and shoot a 3. He did not hesitate. I like to see that.
Yep.
That's what last couple season. He was hesitating too much. And the preseason, I know he was a preseason and he was against a team from Israel, but he was not hesitating. He was shooting.
Man, Terrace Man he's our X factor.
Terrace Man needs to look at what's the starting point guard in Sixers? Look at this guy. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, gonna end this show here, man. I think we got pretty much a lot of different things covered, but we are definitely gonna continue this tomorrow with Kawhi and what we think. Because a lot of stuff is going to be determined by Kawhi this year, man. I think his legacy's on the line this year.
Really?
I do.
Even if he doesn't win, I'm still gonna think he's a great player. And
I'm looking at it like he can move up. If he wins this title, dude, he can take some big steps. He can be top 20 if he wins this title.
if Kawhi wins this title this year, I think people say I'm a LeBron hater. I'm a LeBron tutor. If he wins the other title, that's like two superstars that eat in the LeBron era, right? LeBron quote unquote era.
Do you think he can ever pass LeBron historically?
No, there's too much. There's too many LeBron maniacs in the media.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's pounding the pavement, pounding the table with LeBron. Like you said, the show I hate the most on FS1 is First Thing First. I cannot stand Nick
I
Wright.
hate that show. And what is it? It's FS1. Yeah, that's Nick Wright, Wiles, Kevin Wiles.
So
yeah, Chris Broussard.
the only time I watch is when LeBron lose or when Nick Wright picks go wrong, right? So because when LeBron lose, it's always the other guy's fault. He doesn't have any help. When he wins, oh, look how great LeBron is with the same players that did everything, and then LeBron just score little points, and LeBron is so good, right?
Right.
So
yeah, man. Well, we will continue this tomorrow, Bruce. It's always a pleasure, my brother. You gonna be back tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be.
Look at this dude got a new avatar.
Yep. You know what it is. The GOAT. The GOAT.
Who's that? You're in Africa?
Pull Up Podcast. What's up? How y'all doing?
You knew who it was, Bruce. You already knew who it was, Bruce.
Oh my God,
man! What
I'm gonna look for a picture just for you.
You know what it is? King James in the building. What's happening, man? What's up?
You know, man, we were just ending the show, but since you're here, what's your lasting thoughts about what happened with Rachel Nichols and what you thought of her interview with All the Smoke podcast?
Honestly, I didn't see her interview, man. I know the situation and how she was racist towards, her colleague in the business. But what did she say in her interview?
She just explained her stance, man, like what she said, and they had a good. I suggest you check it out. It's like 26 minutes. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes talked about it with her. They basically were, asking her, what happened, and she explained her side, and they were defending her, man. They basically said, like, we know that you're not racist. We know that your character is good, solid with us, and you always have a place in our hearts. And she, and they seem to have a close relationship. But it's a good interview, man. I suggest you check it out.
I don't think Rachel Nichols is racist. She's just didn't want, when you wanted something and somebody else, they give it to somebody else, and you piss, and then they caught the tape, the recording happened at a bad time. So I don't think she's racist, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know her personally, so I can't call her racist, but what I would say someone can still have racial bias. Interesting, right? When people call themselves allies, for example, people can support the cause, but when it comes down to it, they're not willing to sacrifice or give someone an opportunity when it comes down to sacrificing their own, and so that personal bias was evident. How she spoke of, her place was like a position of entitlement and privilege, and like, so that's what came across, and that's something that she lost her job over. But being a white lady, she gonna have more jobs in the future, and I'm sure she's gonna get picked up by a major broadcaster eventually.
But she already got picked up. She's with Showtime now.
Yep, that's what I mean right there. So
I
It's
can't
down to
believe I agree with Young Africa. Something's wrong with me.
yeah, you agree, yeah. And so she could have at least she was running ESPN for a minute, and so she wasn't really at threat. But because she worked up towards that, and she felt like she was entitled to that, and she was talking about biases towards women in that business, she was a white woman that had more entitlements and privilege than most men, in terms of black men, if you want to call it that, when it comes to race. Black women don't get their opportunities as much as they should, and so she could have been an ally for that. She could have supported that, but instead she protected her position, which prevents people from growing in that way. And that's the point. And then she got canceled, man, real quick. And so that's America, man. We don't really have that
Uh,
phenomenon of canceled over here. So yeah,
if if I
it's
was Rachel
interesting.
Nichols, I would not. I would just go take what ESPN gives me and then leave. Leave ESPN. Go try to go back to TNT. Maybe you could replace Ernie one day.
I
I
mean,
doubt that. I doubt
she,
that. She ain't got the personality for that.
I think she's good with Showtime for now. I think I actually like Showtime, so I think she's in a good spot with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. So
Oh, and that makes sense why they gave her that burn, man. They're colleagues now, so they gotta support her. She's part of the team. That ain't some personal, she's all good kind of thing. That's just business, man. That's business for Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. That's business.
I
Well, it's
don't think it's
because
business. I think with that because you got to remember Rachel Nichols gave Steven Jackson his first gig as Matt Barnes. So I think they really have a
yes,
genuine love for that woman.
that's a lot of gratitude, man.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I would say that their NBA careers got them their first gigs, man. Not her. Come on,
Nah,
man.
nah, nah,
Huh?
Nah,
What?
bro.
nah,
You
nah.
got you got to listen to that interview, bro. Like Steven Jackson came out and said no one else was hitting him up. Like he didn't know what his next move is, and Rachel Nichols called her for the job. I mean, you look at her relationships with everybody in the league. Like, I mean, she don't really have no bad relationships. Like she has good relationship with all the players. Like, I mean,
Be,
I,
be,
I that's how I saw it.
because of the way Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes were in the NBA, they would not have gotten a job on TV. Okay, because of their language and a lot of suspension in the NBA, not getting a
Especially
job like
Steven
that.
Jackson.
Come
Yeah.
on, you're not getting a job like that on a Disney channel. ESPN
Bro,
is for Disney, man.
the
Come on.
brawl is all you got to know. The Malice in the Palace was enough to get anybody. You ain't getting nothing. So that was the worst brawl in sports, probably in sports history, if you want to think about it. Malice in the Palace.
Yeah, it
Steven
was.
Jackson,
Yeah, it was. It was. Jermaine O'Neal laid that guy out, man. Damn. Oh,
yeah, he meta, and it
yeah,
was
man.
nasty, bro.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. It was amazing. But yeah, man. Players would do that today with all the, where Kyrie Irving got the bottle thrown at him. But they learn from that. You lose too much money, you lose too much to do that, and so they can't really do that. But I say that man deserved it, man. He deserved that. Well, you can't disrespect a man like that and expect no repercussions. So he did that.
Yeah.
They paid a big price, man. They were championship contenders that season, so they paid a big price, man. Ron Artest was MVP candidate, and he never really regained that status after that. But which shows like how opportunity and how people perceive you affects your NBA career a lot. It ain't just about your skills. It's about that perception. And so, yeah, man, that's interesting. That's interesting. Interesting dialogues,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I remember that. Go ahead, Bruce.
Young Africa. If I may ask a Young Africa question. Young
Yes, my
Africa. I
brother.
know the Lakers are playing preseason on Monday. I know you're not gonna be
Yep.
sleeping that day, right? You're gonna be ready.
Nah. I'm gonna definitely be watching that. It's gonna be interesting to see the lineups that Darvin Ham uses, man.
So, do you think that Lakers gonna win or at
Who are
least
they
make the
playing?
conference finals?
Who are they playing?
No, I'm talking the championship. They're playing the Sacramento on preseason.
Oh yeah,
So
we're gonna win that. But wins and losses aren't really a big deal in preseason, to be honest. I watched the Golden State one, but to your point, I feel like it really depends on how good AD plays. If AD plays all NBA defense, all level, all NBA level game, then we got a chance. We got a chance to make it a run to the conference finals at least. And then it depends on LeBron James and what level he's at this season. I expect MVP level LeBron, and if that's the case, and we're healthy, yeah. I said that, Bruce. MVP level LeBron, and if that's the case, that is the case, then we got championship aspirations, man. But it really depends on the coach, and if he can make him play defense. He's a defensive coach, and if he can get Westbrook to play defense,
Vogel was a defensive coach too.
and Kendrick Nunn step up. If Thomas Bryant steps up and he's able to hit the three, my starting lineup for the Lakers is LeBron James at the point, Westbrook at the 2, Lonnie Walker at the 3, Anthony Davis at the 4, Thomas Bryant at the 5. I don't want to see Damian Jones.
Westbrook at the 2.
Westbrook at the 2, yes.
Yeah, you're not winning.
Despite the fact that LeBron is the point, no matter where he lines up, LeBron is the point guard, right? He can be listed at small forward, but he's the point guard. So so that means Westbrook is off ball. That's why I say at the 2.
Westbrook is at the 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Westbrook, the 2 is the shooting guard, right? Shooting.
Yeah, I do understand that. Hey, he hit like over 40% from the corner 3 last season, man. So he if he hits that corner 3, Westbrook.
So to play well, he's gonna need to stand at the corner.
It's gonna be an aspect of his game, yes. He has to step up his corner shooting.
Is it the corner? Is it the corner like the backboard thing?
Nah, you're funny, Bruce, man. You funny.
That's a good question. I'm not trying to be funny.
Hey, what I'll say to that is he can be a corner 3 shooter, and then they can be motion. So this got to be a motion offense. I don't know what offense Dalvin Ham's going to run, but it can't just be LeBron at the top of the key, creating shots for everybody. That can't be the case, bro. There's got to be a game
offense with LeBron at 37. Motion offense.
Yeah. Motion offense. Motion offense helps out the ball handler, right? Because players are getting open and making moves, cuts. And the movement opens up the floor. But if we just have dudes standing in the corner and AD at the wing or at the post or just setting a screen, it's going to be interesting. But the two-man game between LeBron and Anthony Davis, setting the screen, LeBron going downhill Anthony Davis popping, or Anthony Davis rolling to the rim and seeing what the defense does. If they collapse, kicking it out to Westbrook, Lonnie Walker, Kendrick Nunn, yeah, that can happen, man. That can happen. And then,
LeBron cannot play motion offense, man. He walks the ball.
What? Who?
LeBron walks the ball, man. He walks the ball, stroke his beard, and then point. That's what he does.
He walks the ball.
Yeah, walks the ball, stroke his beard, point. That's what he does.
Man. Nah, come on, man, bro. This is one of the highest IQ plays in the history of the game, bro. Put some respect on GOAT James.
Highest IQ can be old. Albert Einstein was old.
How does old affect IQ, man? IQ comes more into play when you're old, Bruce.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You just got no answer for that.
You can have the highest IQ and you're old.
As I said, the IQ matters more when you're old. You can't just dunk from the free throw line like once upon a time. So now his IQ.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You said playing motion offense. If they play motion offense, you are LeBron is not gonna play in March. He's gonna be on the bench.
Ball handler. LeBron's the ball handler in the motion offense, so he's at the top.
Yeah, okay.
He's at the top of the 3-point line, and everyone's making moves.
The point of the 3-point line. Oh yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, because Westbrook, you're right. Westbrook can't just sit in the corner, right? If he doesn't have the ball, what is Westbrook going to do on offense? He's got to be in motion. He has to be. And then Anthony Davis also can't just get the ball. He's not a post-up player. He can post
LeBron
up.
should be on the block and then look around.
Got to be in motion too, setting screens and rolling to the basket, popping out and making moves, man. The other guys got to be cutting, and LeBron James going to find you, man.
LeBron cannot be on the top of the key. He should be at the block, and then all the players are moving around him.
Yeah, that too, but he can't just be predominantly at the block, man, because we can't just rely on. We can't just rely on we can't just rely on LeBron James to create all the offense. And if there's no shot, then he has to do.
You said he's the point guard.
By creating all the shots, I'm saying he can't exert himself in the way of creating all these shots, bro, by himself.
He's gonna exert himself with the motion offense.
He's the ball handler, Bruce. He's the ball handler. He's one of the most well-conditioned athletes in the NBA, Bruce. He can handle a motion offense, man. Come on.
I mean, Kobe was well conditioned, and then he went.
What you think? What you think, BJ? What you think about what we say, man? What offense do you think the Lakers should run with the limited shooting that they have on their team?
LeBron should be on the block.
They should run. Yeah, I think. Well, I think LeBron needs to post up a little more.
Exactly.
It could be at the post, or it could be at the block or the short elbow. I think they need to do a little more handoffs with Russ, Lonnie Walker, and I think they should let AD work a little more in the mid post. Not shooting a lot of 3-point shot late, like make AD get close to the basket in the mid post.
Ross and Lonnie Walker, 2 brick layers. Oh my god!
A lot of
handoffs. They need people to touch the ball. Like they don't need the ball to be stagnant. They need because you gotta play what their personnel is. Their personnel is a lot of attacking the basket and using their athleticism. I think they need to do more dribble handoffs and get the offense moving. Yeah. They're not an old team right now. They're a younger team.
Yep. Okay.
Playing championship.
A lot of screens and dribble handoffs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think this team will be better than last year. I think they will make the playoffs. I think they'll get eliminated probably the first, maybe the second round, depending who they face. Yeah. That's as far as they go.
Nah, with the healthy LeBron and AD, nah. We ain't going first round, second round. We ain't doing that. We conference finals with the healthy team.
Conference finals, okay.
Yeah, bro. Dallas made the conference finals. You kidding me, bro? With a one-man team, bro. And you telling me LeBron and AD can't
one-man team. There was 2 men. Brunson was whatever team.
Jalen Brunson is no 2-man, bro. Come on, man. On a
championship, ask New York Knicks.
On a championship, yeah. They're stupid. They're paying this man $100 million. They're stupid, bro. They should have gave you that money, BJ. You kidding me, Jalen Brunson, bro?
I would love to play. I would play for the Knicks.
Yeah, but yeah, man. And
you're giving money to Lonnie Walker. Good luck.
What? We giving him a couple $1 million, bro. Come on, man. We ain't paying him that much. Hey, did you guys watch the Golden State Warriors preseason game?
I saw it when I was preparing to go to work, and I saw Wiseman dominating.
What did I tell you about Wiseman, Bruce? What did I say?
What did you say? I didn't hear anything you said about Wiseman.
Oh man, I've been telling you about Wiseman, man.
Really? Not to me.
I feel like I told you.
Maybe you were on Ticket TV.
I've been telling you about Wiseman, man, but I got high hopes for Wiseman, man. Golden State, one of the most unique teams in the history of the NBA, where they have a championship contention and they're set up and built for the future at the same time. And so they're looking nice, man. James Wiseman starting center. I don't know if he will start the season, but eventually I'm assuming he's going to start. And that starting lineup is going to be crazy, man. And Kuminga, I had high hopes for Kuminga, but watching his game, he got a low IQ, man. He's young. Hopefully he figures that out. But he got a low IQ. The way he plays, he's always gunning, and he has a lot of bailout passes. I didn't like Kuminga's game when I watched him in that game, but
Kuminga trying to play like Westbrook, man.
Yeah, he is actually. He is. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
yeah, man.
I know BJ is gonna be mad at me. Wiseman already looks better than Ayton.
Come on, man. Look at this crazy talk, bro.
Yeah, you want some other stuff, Bruce. You couldn't leave it alone. I know you couldn't leave it alone.
Did you watch the Clippers preseason game, BJ?
Of course. We look good. Moses Brown. I love Moses Brown.
That's a good pickup, man. That he played for Oklahoma City, right? 7'2" center. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's a beast, bro. Him and I love Robert Covington. I love Terrence, man. Once we get everybody back for Monday, it's gonna be scary. John Wall and Kawhi supposed to play on Monday.
Even Coffee looked good. That Coffee guy looked good as well.
Bro, you understand Coffee can not start, but he can be a very big contributor to most teams. And he's not he's the 12th man.
Hey, y'all got the deepest team in the league, man. No doubt about that. Deepest team in the league. which
No
is
excuse
good.
this year. No excuses for us.
Clippers can shoot, unlike the Lakers. Oh my god.
Hey, I still don't know. You still ain't told me who your team is, bros. You still ain't
My
told me
team,
who.
my teams are Warriors and Clippers.
Okay.
Those are my teams.
Okay. Just pick the top teams in the West, yeah. You just ride with the
What?
winners.
I've been saying it since I've been on this podcast.
Okay.
You can ask
Okay,
BJ.
I'm down with that. I'm
Yeah,
down with that.
he's
Hey,
big on. He's always been. Kawhi and Steph has been his two favorite players.
okay.
It's always been his guys.
No worries. No worries.
Everything that I'm saying now, I've been saying it since before the season ended.
Okay.
I said about Tatum. I said the same thing about Tatum. I said the same thing about Aiton. Everything that I've been saying now, I've been saying it.
Yeah, all right. I hear you, man. I hear you.
I said Atlanta is too small. Right?
How? With John Collins and Clint Capella? How are they too small?
Man, come on.
What?
Man.
He talking about with John Wall and DeJounte Murray and Trae Young.
DeJounte Murray's a big guard though, man. He's like
Yeah.
6'6" guard, man.
Yeah.
No, he's like 6'3".
6'3"?
Yeah, I seen him in person. He's not 6'6".
You
like
talking
6'4".
about the listed height ain't real? Well, 6'4". He listed at 6'4". Okay.
This guy was fighting with a rookie on Twitter.
He's a long 6'4" though. He's a long 6'4". Yeah. He was
He
dunk.
got long arms. He got long arms.
Yeah. Did you see how he dunked on the rookie though? He dumped off the backboard. Yeah. He was stunning on him. It was
A pickup game. Okay.
Yeah. That just to let the league know that he's coming, bro. Hey, I got big hopes for Atlanta this season, bro. I see them as a top 4, top 5 team in the East.
Top 4.
Yep.
They're not
Top
better
4,
than Cleveland. They're not better than Cleveland.
Yep.
They're not better than Cleveland.
Ready. They're more ready than Cleveland. Cleveland got the bigger potential. They're more ready than Cleveland, bro.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's better? Trae Young or what is his name? Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah,
I know you love Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, of course.
Yeah. Trae Young is better,
of
man.
course.
What? Did you say Donovan Mitchell's better?
Yeah, I think Donovan's better.
What? Come on, man.
Donovan. I mean,
what does he do better? Trae Young's the better scorer and the better playmaker, man.
I think Donovan Mitchell is the better athlete. I think he's a more 3-tier scorer than Trae Young. I think he's got more. He's more naturally gifted than Trae Young. Better playmaker, yes, is Trae Young for no doubt.
I'm sorry. If I have a team, I'm picking Trae Young over Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry.
I got him top 4, top 5, man. It's like Bucks, Philly, Boston. Then the fourth team is either Atlanta or Miami. Atlanta or Miami, either one.
Man,
I feel like Atlanta gonna be better than Miami, low key. So that's what I feel like.
Man, the Celtics player is gonna be watching themselves around female stuff. They don't have time to play. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
With that coach, come on. Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics. They're still going to be a good team though during the regular season. It depends.
I think Toronto is better than Atlanta.
No. How? You have
Siakam. Siakam is better than Murray to me.
No, not to me. Not to me.
Okay.
Siakam's a bit overrated, to be honest. He's a solid player, but he's like a role player on a championship team.
I can't disagree.
He's the third guy on a championship team, bro.
I can't disagree.
Second, third guy. You disagree?
But I can't disagree. I agree with you.
He's limited in his skill set, is what I mean. It's not really overrated, but he's limited in his skill set.
But I think Toronto has a better coach, better system. I think Toronto is like Clippers, but they're missing Kawhi.
Who?
I like that Scotty Barnes dude.
Yeah,
he might be the best player on their team this season, man.
That dude's a legit 6'8".
Yeah, Scotty Barnes can never be a 1. He's like a 2.
Why do you say that, bro? We just saw only one rookie season from the man, bro.
Okay, we'll see.
Nah, he can be a legit two-way impact player in the league, kind of like a Paul George in terms of impact on offense and defense.
Paul George.
He just hasn't got the smooth offense yet. But I'm talking about impact, bros. Impact. Two-way impact. Okay.
Yeah, you mean one way and a half?
Yo,
I don't see the offense, man.
he's a rookie, man. He's gonna come. That offense is gonna come, bro. I don't know if you watch the workouts, like the Rico Hines workouts, bro. He looked buff, bro. He looking like Giannis right now, bro. The way he got
So
buff.
so we're doing bodybuilding now. It's not
No, I'm
basketball.
just telling you that he's gonna be a strength plays a part in the NBA, bros. Come on, man.
Come on, you're looking at bodies, man. That's what CJ used to say about LeBron. Look at his body, right?
Yo, I didn't say look at his body, bro. Pause. That sounds a little sus, but all I'm saying is, hey, he got stronger in just one offseason. He got a lot stronger, and so he's ready to take on the league, man. The long, grueling 82 game season, playoffs. He's ready for that, man. So he's gonna be a great player. He's gonna
I
be a
know a
great
lot
player.
of NBA players with muscles and they don't do anything,
Yeah,
right?
basketball is about skill. Skill pays the bills.
I mean, there's a lot of players with muscles and they on the bench.
Yeah, well, if Paul George had some muscles, he wouldn't get injured so often, bro. How about you pump some weights, Paul George?
So
Paul
KD
George is
KD has
strong as
muscle.
hell. Paul George is strong, man. He ain't weak. He's strong as hell. He just fragile.
He's big.
KD does not have muscles.
Yup, and he got exposed in the last playoff series because of that. Because he couldn't get
What?
one
That has
switch up.
nothing to do with muscles.
No, it was because one switch up it could have done was he was getting dominated and triple teamed on the perimeter, right? So how about you get your ass in the post? You're 7 foot and dominate in the post. But why? He ain't strong enough. That's what.
I mean, LeBron has muscles and was injured all the time.
Yeah, injuries. There's sometimes injuries happen. Injuries.
Um,
LeBron is 37 years old and he got injured, bro.
Here we
He's
go
one of the
again.
least injured players of all time when it comes to a 20-year career, bro. No major
What?
injuries. No major injuries in 20 years, bro. Well, why are you so surprised, Bruce? That's
Oh,
a
I
miracle.
thought you
Man.
said
He's
something
Iron Man.
else. I thought you said
Iron Man.
something. I
Iron Man. And
apologize.
so he's had some soft tissue injuries recently, but that's due to age, man.
Yeah, I know CE has soft tissue. I already know that.
Yeah, man. Well, hey fellas, we got to shut it down for the day, but we'll be back tomorrow. Me and Rick will be back in the morning, so we'll be talking about Kawhi return on Monday. So yeah, appreciate once y'all come in, man. Spit y'all 2 cents, man. Rick will be happy to see y'all.
All right.
Sure, bro.
All right, man. Love.
Peace out, bro.
Peace. So that concludes the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Those are my guys, Bruce and my guy, Young Africa, you know what I'm saying, representing the motherland in Ethiopia. So appreciate y'all coming through. Again, is Rachel Nichols wrong for what she did? Is she wrong for what she said? You think she's racist or you think she's ignorant? What do you believe about the situation? Until next time, continue to hit that like button as well. The Cash App is right there in the ticker. If you guys would like to show your love to the Cash App and give whatever you guys choose to for the updated content that we give y'all. Also, we are now YouTube partners. With YouTube, we've accomplished our goal of hitting a certain number of subscribers and watch hours. So we definitely appreciate y'all being on these live shows with us. We're going to start having memberships for people who want to get access to certain things for our channel. Once we get that all smoothed out, super chats, super stickers, all that good stuff to make this channel feel more and more like a professional look. We always appreciate y'all. We're going to continue to give y'all quality content. We'll be back here tomorrow at, I believe, 1:15 Eastern Standard Time, 10:15 Pacific Standard Time, 12:15 Central Standard Time. And until next time, we respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up, peace, out of here like swimwear.